Spaced up like 15 minutes.
Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta make the bread, stack it by the loaf. Feed it to the people, never teach them how to grow. Wheat for themselves, cause I own all the fields and I sell all the grain for a profit to the prophets, bunch of slaves off the chain. Every unit of currency is encoded with debt. How else can capitalists afford to get upsteps on consumers? Let's say I print $1. Would you ask me to borrow, and I agree, under the condition that you repay me $1.50? Now, since I print the money, where will you get the extra money? Possibly from other people who also borrowed from me, and if everyone who borrows owes me 50% more than I've loaned, somebody is going to lose their car and their home, as there is no mathematical way every debtor can repay if all of them owe me more money than I originally made. The market is marked to manipulate the masses. The percentages who suffer are counterbalanced by the percentages who cash in, and the percentages who cash in are eventually stabbed in the back by a master manipulator. Monetary regulators can and will make you make decisions you didn't intend when you made the decision to go into business. Eventually you discover your own stacks have been stacked against you. Fulfilling your dreams on someone else's dime has backed you into a fine printed corner, and your whole life is collateral, as well as the people connected to it: spouses, offspring, parents, siblings, basically anyone willing to co-sign whatever contract you sign can end up on a tangent. The trigonometry of this Copperfield economy is all math and magic, like making an airplane disappear into the side of a pentagon. And then when people ask why the hole is so small, you tell them that the Twin Towers are gone. What? Attention diverted. Crisis averted. Pick up the pieces, piece together a story. You mean to tell me an open source digital mapping software like the one on my cell phone can zoom in on my front door, yet the most secure building in the world got camera footage too distorted to discern? Discern as in to perceive or recognize. And what exactly is a World Trade Center? An intersection of transference for goods and services on a global scale where money meets its maker at the crossroads. These skull and bone thugs ain't got no harmony with which I am familiar. Their hawk plays a music of the spheres now. Whether or not you believe in frequency's ability to alter the structure of matter doesn't matter when money makes your world a merry-go-round of masochism, because pain is love. Don't you remember how you were programmed to forget the way in which perception alters environment? But if you believe pain is love, knowing pain results from violence, it's easy to understand how an entire nation can love an economy despite knowing the fact that war is what drives it. Because war is the state that the state thrives in, but war doesn't get to exist if the state doesn't convince the tax-paying people to buy in. And nothing is quicker at promoting a willingness to invest than the perception of a direct threat to the preservation of the self. A threat so massive, I can climb the blank stairs right into the writing of a blank check. A threat so massive, I could convince you all to post bail for the very banks to which you are in debt. Now remember, you still owe me $1.50. Because I asked you for $10, but this $10 does not go toward the original dollar you borrowed. It goes towards some other problem spawned from my miscalculation. See, your failure is your failure, but my failure is the failure of your nation, and you can't begin to fathom the size of the phantoms haunting the houses of politics and finances. Fact is, I'm barely beginning to understand it, but what I do know is that borrowing money costs money.
Yes, it does.
Lending money costs money. Earning money definitely costs money. And spending money definitely costs
money.
So if everything involving money costs money, then money in and of itself is ultimately the great nothing. Surviving solely on the people's belief that money is everything.
Gotta get the dough.
Gotta make the bread,
What?
stack it by the loaf. Feed it to the people, never teach them how to grow. Weep for themselves, cause I own all the fields and I sell all the grain for a profit to the prophets. Bunch of slaves off the chain.
Woo!